What if 2 weeks can change the way you see Canada? I hit the road across Newfoundland from the epic cliffs of Gros Morne National Park to the magic of Twillingate Icebergs, Fogo Island, the Tera National Park, Trinity, Bonavista, and St. John's. It was wild, peaceful, and full of magical moments I will never forget. Want to see what it's really like out there? Let's go! Newfoundland had been calling us back for years. The last time we visited, our daughter was just a baby, and although the island left a deep impression, we couldn't do much adventuring with a little one in stroller. So this trip felt like our second chance, only this time with our daughter older and more eager to explore, and the three of us are ready to soak in every hike, view, and wave-crashing coastline. We mapped out a 2-week journey that will take us from the wild west coast to the vibrant city of St. John's in the east, and full circle of memories, new and old. We flew into Deer Lake. For reference, the drive from Deer Lake to Gros Morne is only an hour and a half, an easy start to West Coast trip. We began our adventure at Gros Morne National Park, a UNESCO World Heritage Site known for its dramatic fjords, glacier-craved valleys, and striking geological features. Our base for the first few nights was a rustic little cabin and shallow bay inside the park. It was a basic but cozy, and around 100 a night. It was perfect for the three of us. We don't mind roughing it a bit. It's a part of the experience. The next morning, after a quick breakfast of homemade granola I brought from home, blended with golden milk spice, chia hemp seed pudding, bananas, and blueberries, we were ready to hit the trail. We did a beach hike and then a short inland one. For dinner, I made a quick bean stew with veggies and spinach in tomato sauce. It was delicious, followed by the warming golden milk with oat milk to end the night. I brought the spice mix from home. It's amazing for chilly nights and it helps reduce inflammation. You will find the recipe linked below the video if you would like to try it for yourself. Gros Morne is also home to some of the oldest exposed rocks on Earth and is a geologist's dream for understanding plate tectonics. The Big Lookout hike offers elevation gain of over 600 meters, and on a clear day, which we had, you can see as far as Bonnie Bay, even catching a glimpse of the Long Range Mountains. One of the absolute highlights of this trip was our hike to the Big Lookout with water edge Wilds Gros Morne, and they were amazing. I highly recommend them. The trail to the Big Lookout isn't fully marked, so having a guide with GPS and a deep local knowledge was the key. Our guide Tera was knowledgeable, funny, and truly connected to the land. The hike itself was no joke, over 20 kilometers round trip through boggy terrain and thick bushes. We loved it. At points we couldn't even see where we were stepping and had to feel our way forward. The wind howled, the rain came and went. Our feet were soaked, but we didn't care. We loved every second of it. When we reached to the top, we were rewarded with jaw-dropping views of rugged mountains and coastline. We even saw the famous tablelands from there, a rare exposed section of Earth's mantle, making it one of the only places in the world where you can walk on Earth's inner crust. At the summit near a cell tower, I took a moment to meditate, deeply connecting with the wild beauty around me. Truly one of our most adventurous and unforgettable experiences.
So you've got, this is the mouth of the St. Lawrence, so you guys could hop in the boat and take that all the way home, basically. This is the mouth of the bay.
Yeah.
You can see this lowland here. That's what was underwater before, so this used to be ocean floor when the glaciers weighed the island down. Now it's come up and landlocked those ponds back there. They used to be fjords. You've got our fjord, which comes across here, so the mouth of the bay here is where two glaciers met. The path of those glaciers are the two arms of our bay. So they're deep carved fjords, hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of feet deep. You've got Gros Morne Mountain over here. You can just see it coming out. That's our biggest mountain.
Yeah.
You've got the tablelands back in the distance here. Rooting, you can see the bowl. So we've got our southern arm, northern arm, and we're up in the Lookout Hills.
Beautiful.
So just below us here, basically the cliff face that you can't see, you can just see the tops. All this, maybe on the video, it looks like it's the bay's right here. Hundreds and hundreds of feet down, sheer drop. This is where the biggest landslide in Canadian history was. Actually,
Awesome,
all of
yeah.
North American history. So all of this here was this height. So we're on
Wow.
this hardened limestone. And all of
Top.
this that's flatter below us, that all slid down from this height into the bay.
Wow.
So that would have caused an incredible tidal wave that flooded the entire bay.
Wow.
And so from the ocean, from the bay, you can see these rock pillars that stick up.
Mm-hmm.
One of them's called the Old Man. You'll see those pointing up, and that's actually just that hardened limestone that didn't fall.
Yeah.
So you've got these remnants, but it all slid down. And you can see that in all the gravel in the bay on this side. It's all there. You've also got, it's called the moraine, glacial moraine. So when those glaciers came through, they carved all these deep troughs. They dragged all these rocks with them. We were talking about those erratic rocks.
Mm-hmm.
So they dragged all these rocks out. And so there's basically a huge arc of gravel underwater out there.
Mm-hmm.
That's hundreds of feet tall. And it sticks out just like, almost like a gate around the bay.
Mm-hmm.
And that's called the glacial moraine. And it's all just where the glaciers melted and disappeared, and it left all that rock there.
Cool.
But the time is off.
Yeah,
That's
the time
not
is
right, but the distance is right.
Wow, 20 kilometers.
So-
Amazing.
So here's what we did. We're here. We went all the way up there.
Wow.
See the contour lines? There's that height, right?
Yeah.
So,
Wow, incredible. Thank you.
no problem. So we made it all the way here. We went right. We went to right about here. And then we cut across and we ended up down here.
Wow. Pretty good hike.
After the big hike, no energy left. We treated ourselves to dinner at Merchant's Wharf, a cute retro dinner spot. It felt like stepping into 1980s, not a lot of vegan options, but they did have a bean burger and fries, which tasted like heaven after the hot trek. I was so hungry I forgot to film it. That night, back at the campground, we enjoyed surprise fireworks for Canada Day. Such a fun touch. The next day we took an easy visiting the Arches Provincial Park. This spot is famous for its naturally formed rock arches carved by tidal action. It's perfect for climbing around and taking photos. Then we hiked to the Baker's Brook Falls. That trail was pure magic, mostly long boardwalks, winding through lush wetlands and dense forest. One area was completely blanketed in moss, another full of vibrant ferns. We spotted lots of frogs hopping about, and the biodiversity was incredible. We had lunch on the trail, gluten-free bread with hummus, cucumber, and apples. The falls themselves were misty and mystical, especially with the fog rolling in. Baker's Brook Falls is a 3-tier waterfall with a total height about 30 meters, 98 feet, and it's been carving through the forest for thousands of years. It felt grounding and peaceful. We also spent time on the beach near Shallow Bay and took an afternoon to revisit Rocky Harbor, a quaint town we had stayed in years ago. Rocky Harbor has a population of around 950 residents. It was sweet to see how little had changed. Rocky Harbor is a great central hub for exploring Gros Morne, and while we stay farther away this time, I would highly recommend for its convenience. But if you are on the budget, the park cabins or campground are more affordable. After 4 days in the park, we headed east to the Twillingate, about 5-hour drive. The road was smooth and scenic, but just a reminder, driving in the daylight is a must. Fog can get very heavy and visibility can be tough, and you do have to watch for moose in the fog, although we haven't seen any during our drive at all. Twillingate felt magical. It's a small fishing town with stunning scenery and charming short hikes. We only had one night, but it left a lasting impression. We took a boat tour with Iceberg Quest, and wow, I can't even tell you how incredible it was. We saw whales on the way to the iceberg. The iceberg was about 3 to 4 stories high. Icebergs seen in Twillingate are often 2 to 10,000 years old and originate from the glacier of western Greenland. They can drift up to 2 to 3 years before reaching the Newfoundland coast, and May through July is typically the best time to spot them. These icebergs travel all the way from Greenland, and seeing one up close was surreal. It rained hard, but no one cared. We even got a rainbow and beautiful sunset afterward. We stayed in the Airbnb cabin, simple and cozy. I wish we had stayed 2 nights. This town is worth more time. We also visited the old lighthouse at Long Point, perched high on the cliffs, offering panoramic ocean view. Unfortunately, it was very foggy that day. Twillingate population is around 2,200 and is known as the iceberg capital of the world. Next, we hopped on the ferry to Fogo Island, about 1 hour ride. It's 2-hour trip from Twillingate to Fogo, including the ferry. We stayed 2 nights in Deep Bay, a quiet, cozy Airbnb with the most stunning ocean views. One night we had dinner at the Storehouse, a local gem with a surprising vegan chickpea stew and fresh salad. This island is artistic, quirky, home to unique architectural homes and the famous Fogo Island Inn, one of the most exclusive hotels in the world. Next day we hiked to the Lonsdale Trail, absolutely stunning coastal views, and we got the sunshine, which is rare here due to the frequent fog. After a long day, I decided to make a quick lentil stew with potatoes and salad. It was delicious and quick. And for breakfast, we had granola and chia seeds on the repeat with some fruits. It was so good and satisfying. On our drive toward Terra Nova, we have spotted a fox crossing the road. Such a cool surprise. We camped for 3 nights at Tera National Park. It's a beautiful, less crowded park known for its burl, forest, and quiet trails. A heads up, the campsites don't have private fire pits, just communal ones, available first come, first serve. So some nights you might go without a fire. On the first day we swam in Sandy Pond, refreshing and cold. Then we hiked to the Orch Hill lookout for sunset, 5 kilometers, moderate and totally worth it. The next day we did 9 5-kilometer coastal trail. It was dry. We noticed a lot of white moss along the trail. This is a favorite snack for moose apparently. Our favorite hike was Blue Hill Lookout, breathtaking views and fewer people. If I had to choose between Gros Morne and Terra, I would go with Gros Morne. It's just more epic for me. But Terra is a great stop on the way to Bonavista and Trinity. Trinity was next. We had visited years ago in heavy fog and couldn't see a thing. So this time, with clear skies, it was like discovering a new town. Trinity is full of charm. It's a teeny beautiful with colorful houses, all wooden churches, and coastal views. Population is around 150 people. We had lunch at the Dock Marina, where I ordered a veggie burger and fries. It's tough to find vegan options in Trinity, but we made it work. We also visited Aunt Sarah's chocolate shop and bought homemade dark chocolate, so good. Then we did a short but rewarding hike up the Gun Hill, also called Rider Hill, which once served as a lookout for approaching ships. The town was full of blooming lupin, wildflowers that smell incredible, you guys. Next, we stopped at the Skerwink Trail, about 5 kilometers in East Trinity. It's one of the most stunning coastal hikes we have done. Jagged cliffs, turquoise waters, and dramatic seascapes. It's a must-do. In Bonavista, we stayed in cozy 2-bedroom Airbnb, super clean, close to the grocery stores, and even had laundry. Bonavista had a population of around 3,800 and is much larger than Trinity. It's a historic fishing town and the coastline is breathtaking. We visited Dungeon Provincial Park to see the unique sea caves formed by collapsed sea arches, a geological wonder. This lighthouse on Bonavista Peninsula has been standing here since 1843, guiding the ships through the rough North Atlantic waters. Back then it ran on sea oil lamps with shiny silver reflectors to send the light far out to the sea. After a whole day of hiking, we made some dinner, some bean stew with asparagus and mashed potatoes. It was so good after a good long hike. Then we drove to Elliston, known as the root cellar capital of the world, but most famously for its puffins colony. These adorable birds nest in large numbers along the cliffs. Puffins are expert divers and can flip their wings up to 400 times per minute. We saw so many up close, so fun. They were as close as 5 feet away from us, so I definitely recommend to go there instead of taking the boats. On the way to St. John's, we stopped at Two Wells Coffee Shop, which opened in 2019. I was thrilled to find not one but 3 vegan options. I had the Indian cauliflower curry soup, so warming and full of flavor. They also had a lot of amazing desserts, but definitely not vegan. In St. John's, our first stop was the historic fishing village of Quidaviti, where we had dinner. I had falafel wrap, and kombucha. The city itself is full of energy and color. Next day we visited the rooms, an art gallery and museum with amazing views and had some quick hammer snack. We also explored the jelly bean roll houses and the lively George Street with shops and cafes, which unfortunately they were closed. We managed to find the Palor, which had amazing vegan gelatos and 3 options, as well as they had vegan cookies and some other desserts. It was all coconut based. They were delicious. For our last dinner, we went to Bego Cafe. It was a very interesting place, very unique. It's like a collection of decor. I just ended up having the salad and the patty on its own without the bread. This was our last day before heading back to Toronto, and our hearts were full. Newfoundland isn't just a destination, it's an experience that stays with you. The wild, untouched beauty of the land and the charming coastal towns, the endless hiking trails, and the warmth and friendliness of the people make this province truly one of a kind. Whether you are chasing icebergs, wandering mossy boardwalks, soaking in sunsets over cliffs, or sipping soup in cozy cafe, there's something here that feeds the soul. If you ever dream of a road trip that combines raw nature, authentic culture, and unforgettable adventure, Newfoundland should be at the very top of your list. Trust me, it's pure magic.
If you enjoyed this video, make sure to check out my Costa Rica vlog next. There's so many beautiful adventures there too. And let me know in the comments, would you like to visit Newfoundland after what you saw? Which place is your favorite? I would like to hear your comments down below. I will link all the places in the description box of the places that we have visited. And don't forget to subscribe and share with your friends. This really helps support our channels. Thanks for watching and see you in the next video. Bye for now. Love you guys.